crazy. A few years ago, I was sitting alone in an apartment, in a freezing apartment in East Boston, and I was just completely heartbroken and broke and disconnected from the version of myself that, well, I am today. And every single night and every single morning, I remember I would close my eyes and I would imagine myself in another life. I would imagine somewhere where I was in love, where I was in a healthy relationship, where I was thriving, where I felt free, and where I felt deeply fulfilled with the life that I was living. And the wildest part is that that's the life that I'm living now. And so this video, this specific video, if you found it, is for you, is for that version of that girl sitting in that shitty apartment, because I'm about to show you exactly how I actually made my dreams come to life, how I manifested this beautiful life that I have now with my husband, with my son, as a coach, as somebody who has an online business, who is just completely attracting and who completely attracts everything that she wants. By the way, hi, I'm Danny. I am a mindset, manifestation, and nervous system regulation coach, and basically your go-to for breaking toxic cycles, rewiring your mind, and creating a life that you absolutely don't want to run away from. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 manifestation techniques that have completely changed my life. And the last one is actually probably the easiest, but something that we completely forget to do. So make sure that you watch all the way till the end. So the first technique that I'm actually going to be sharing with you is a technique that I learned by Neville Goddard, I believe is his name. And if you don't know who this man is, you need to go and buy his book. I actually will have it linked down below because it has been life-changing for me. But the technique is living in the end. So when I was in Boston, when I was sitting down every single day, not understanding like, wow, like my life completely sucks, I was just not where I wanted to be, I read about this technique, and it's basically embodying the version of you who already has what she desires. So yes, I was living in Boston. Yes, I was not anywhere near where I thought I should be in life. But I had to sit down and ask myself, like, well, let's imagine that I'm already in love. I'm already in this healthy relationship. Let's imagine that I already have a family. Let's imagine that I already have my dream home. Let's imagine that I already have my dream business, that I'm already there. What would I be doing? How would I be showing up every single day? What would I do when I wake up? What would I say yes to? What would I say no to? What would be the daily action steps that I would be taking? What would be the mindset that I would be embodying every single day? How would I be taking care of myself spiritually through health? How would I be doing all those things? And then I started to embody that every single day. And yeah, sometimes I would fall off, but what really kept me going, and I will say to this day, the mindset that I've been having is I don't care. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if I fail, if something doesn't work out, if I don't get my way, if I do something that's embarrassing, that's cringe, I don't care. I don't care because I know that the version of me who already has that I want did it. So I don't care. I don't care that this way didn't turn out good. I don't care that this way didn't work out. I don't care because I know that at the end, I get what I want. It's already mine. It's already happening to me. And so this technique of living in the end has been a game changer because it has given me and it gave me the trust and the confidence of like, it doesn't matter because it's already done. It's already happened. And so I'm just going to start showing up anyway. Another thing that's been super game changer for me was I stopped listening to basic affirmations because I realized that it was just not working out for me. Things like I'm worthy of money or I am worthy of success, stuff like that, just it felt very fake to me and it didn't really cause feeling and emotion inside of my body. And therefore I wasn't connecting. And every single time that I was listening to these affirmations, I was just kind of like rolling my eyes because yeah, I was reciting like I am a millionaire, millionaire, but I wasn't a millionaire. And therefore it was just, there was such a huge disconnect. And what I realized was, instead of using these really basic affirmations that everybody does, I started creating my own affirmations. And what I did was I took all of those limiting beliefs that I had and then I flipped them, and then I made like a bridge affirmation to where it actually felt really authentic, and it conjured up emotion and feeling, and I could really connect with it. And then what I did was that I used my phone, the little recording app on my phone, just an iPhone recording app. And I just recorded it, and I would record myself in my own voice. And also, tip for us that are bilingual, I also recorded it in Spanish. That is my native language. And I realized that sometimes in my mind and in my subconscious mind, I will speak to myself in Spanish. So I did both. I did both English affirmations and I did Spanish affirmations, and I would just sit there and listen to them over and over and over again. And this way of doing affirmations to me feels more powerful, more aligned, and more authentic, because it's not just like basic ass affirmations that don't work for me. So try it out. Another technique that was pivotal in the transition from me being that Boston girl that was heartbroken and just so unhappy to me now was visualization. And I will be the first to admit that back then I was single and I had way more time to dedicate to doing this inner work. So I would visualize in the morning and I would do like a gratitude practice. And then in the evening, before I went to sleep, I would do another visualization. Now, as a mom and as a business owner and as a wife, I don't have a lot of time, especially in the morning, but I do have time at night right before bed. And so I still do visualizations and I still get into the habit of visualizing and kind of picturing what I want. And so I remember back in Boston, I had all these visualizations and I would visualize what it felt like. And that's, I think, the key is the feeling of what did it feel like to be in a healthy relationship, to be in love, to be with the partner that I was calling in, what it would feel like to be in a home that felt like a home, not just a place that I lived in. I realized I never really felt like I knew what that would like. So I really had to feel like at home and peace and stability. And the cool thing about visualization is that your brain can't actually tell the difference from what is real and what you visualize, and why it's so powerful when athletes visualize a game before they go into it and performers visualize the performance before they actually go and do it, is because your brain can't actually, it doesn't know the difference between your imagination and if it's actually happening in real life. And so you're kind of training your brain to already be ready for that situation. And that's why visualization is so powerful. And this actually leads me to the next technique, which is normalizing what you want. A lot of us don't actually know what this means. Like I was saying, there were a lot of things that I was calling in that I did not know what they felt like because I'd never had experience then. And so even though I knew that healthy love was possible, even though I knew that financial stability was possible, I didn't know, that was not my normal. And I didn't know how that would feel in my life. In fact, my nervous system, I realized, was just like, hell no, because it was accustomed to chaotic love. That's all I knew. That's all I saw growing up. And then that's all I attracted in my high school relationship and my relationship afterwards. I didn't know what financial stability looked like because growing up, we didn't have that. In fact, money was used as a way to kind of keep my mom and I in line. So I had to learn how to normalize financial stability, how to normalize healthy relationships, how to normalize having a beautiful home, and also how to get my body and my nervous system on track with that plan. So as one of the keys that you have to get right is how can you normalize it? And I have a few videos on the nervous system and regulating your nervous system to align with what it is that you're manifesting. So I can link it as well. But this, I would say, is one of the most important ways to manifest what it is that you want to manifest. Okay. And finally, the last technique that I want to share with you, which has been, oh my gosh, amazing, game changer. You have to try this out today, is scripting. Scripting basically is writing a letter of what it is that you want to manifest as if it has already happened. I believe the first time I was introduced to this concept was in the book Think and Grow Rich. Not sure, but I think that's where I was introduced to it. And basically, you start off the letter by saying, I'm so happy and so grateful for. And then whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. So if you're trying to manifest a specific person, your significant other, you would say, I'm so happy and so grateful for the love of my life who has entered my life. You would start the letter. So let's say you're trying to manifest, financial abundance or a specific person. You would start the letter with, I'm so happy and so grateful for, and then in present tense, my specific person who brings me so much joy, who brings me so much happiness, who makes me feel like I'm the only woman in the world, who cares for me. The reason why this works is by using the law of attraction. So when you're scripting and you're pretty much already the universe for what it is that you want, the universe has no other choice but to match that energy with your reality. So gratitude is one of, if not the most powerful, vibrational energy that we can have. So when we write a letter already thanking the universe as if it's already ours, we are becoming an energetic match for what it is that we want. And the universe has no other choice but to make that our reality. Listen, none of this happened overnight, but every single one of these tools, every single one of these manifestation techniques brought me a step closer to my husband, my son, to getting to live this incredible life, to all of the opportunities that have been presented to me, like moving to Austin, to having that fully paid for, to having our rent paid for over 2 years. All of these amazing, amazing things that have truly been a blessing, and that even though I visualized this and I wanted this, I couldn't have, it's so much better that I could have even hoped for. And so I hope that you take some of these techniques and integrate them into your own life. And if you want more support, then I have a 21-day subconscious rewiring challenge happening right now that you can sign up for. I'll leave all of the details for that 21-day challenge below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if this resonated with you at all. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.